Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your friend and your brother, Robert W. JoJo Hill, the servant, the artist, and the author. And it is a wonderful day. All is very well. I trust that everything is going very well with everybody. Today, I want to just take a few moments and talk about something that's just kind of been on my heart for a good little while. And I've been thinking about this, and I said I was going to make a video about it. And so today, I just decided I got to make this video today. I got to talk about this thing. Today I want to talk about, we just celebrated Valentine's Day. Well, Valentine's Day was just celebrated across the country, across the world, I guess. And there was a lot of people talking about being by themselves and all those things for Valentine's Day and all that stuff. And I want to just kind of talk about that. In this subject, I'm already aware right from the gate. I already know I'm gonna get all kind of weird hits and stuff about this, but I got to talk about this thing. It's very, it's just dominating in our society. It's horrible, and I want to talk about why most men do not want or like a strong black woman. I'm going to talk about black women specifically because that's the culture and that's the society that I'm from. That is the community in which I was raised, and so I've had more experience in this community than I have in any other. And this does not exclude anything else or anybody else, but I just kind of want to talk about why men across the board don't want strong women. I just have to say it that way. I'll be safe to say it that way. But of course, I'm going to be kind of pointing towards our community a little bit closer. First things first, no man wants to compete with another strong entity in the house. That's really not the way it's designed. That's not the purpose. Men by design want soft women. They want women to be women. Want them to be a girl. Guys like girls. Guys don't like guys dressed up as girls. That dynamic just doesn't work. Oh my goodness, that dynamic just doesn't work. First of all, it's just completely out of order. It's out of the divine structure and order. See, for a guy, for him to be on the level that he needs to be on, a guy needs to be able to be the strong entity in the house. And see, tragically enough, our community has just been terrible, and it's just been ripped down and so systematically ripped apart, so that the men have been extracted from the houses. And so as a result, you get the women who are attempting to be something that they're really not designed to be. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that they can't do that, because we've seen that they are. But the problem is, it's not the design. So consequently, if you look very, very, very closely in our communities, the men have been systematically pushed out of the houses. So you really don't have a house with a properly aligned anything. You have a woman being a strong woman, or this quote unquote strong woman. And so no man really wants to participate with that. No man really wants that. So as a result, you're going to get a bunch of these strong women raising so-called men that are basically taking on characteristics of a woman attempting to be a strong entity in the house, when that's not the design. The design is that it should be men in position. Now, I know I'm going to hear a whole lot of, well, I was raised by a single strong black woman. I already know I'm going to hear that. I'm prepared for that. But it doesn't mean that was the way it was supposed to be. For whatever reasons, whether it's through divorce, whether it's through, someone passed away, if that is the case, that's unfortunate. But more than not, in our communities, it's being perpetuated that there is no men in the house. And so whenever you rip and strip a society of its men, then the society is going to be completely upside down. It's just the way it goes. It's unfortunate, and it's just the way it goes. So you have the deficiency from the perspective of the women is that they're not seeing properly aligned men in front of them. So where it should be a father, a strong father, a mother, then the children, and then they learn positionally where they should be. But our society has stripped us of that. So it's like they make it that the men are not necessary. Everything is geared to push the men completely out. And I am 100% not a fan of that. Not at all. You know, any people that will stand up and, you know, do whatever they need to do, I understand it, I get it, but that's not the ultimate design. Understand the point. The point is not whether or not people are doing it. People are doing it, but that's not the proper design. Give you a wonderful example. My sons and my wife and I were at a restaurant, and so we were talking, and so I asked my son, 18-year-old and 14-year-old, I said, son, do you think that your mother is a strong woman? And my sons looked confused. They said, no, Dad, not at all. I said, well, why don't you think that? They said, because you're strong for her. She doesn't have to be strong. I said, exactly. And I thought the perception of what they saw was, it was just very, first of all, it was just humbling to know that that's what they see, but that's what they're supposed to see. So consequently, my sons, when they, you know, grow up and start to engage in their own relationships, they're going to have a properly aligned understanding of what it means to be the guy or the man of the house. The man of the house, he takes the blunt and the weight because he's designed to handle the weight of it. That's what makes him strong. Make sense? So I'm trusting that this is kind of shining a little light, and I'm going to have to really dig into these things a whole lot more. I just want to just toss this one out here today. I'm already aware that I'm going to get a whole bunch of stuff on this one. I already know at the post itself it's going to be strange. That's out of order. Men do not want strong women because men, by design, at our core, we're supposed to be that. And if the men are not that, I can point to a couple different things. I can probably suggest to you that they did not have strong fathers in the house on a statistical level, I should say. And then you have the women who are still women attempting to raise strong men, but they don't have the information to do that. My wife cannot teach my sons how to be men. She doesn't have the information. It's not that she wouldn't try. She doesn't have the information to do that. Just like I couldn't be a mother to them. I don't have that information. That's not my assignment. That's not my role. Now, granted, there are some cases, some things come along, and people bump into all kind of situations, and whether it's through life changes and somebody passed away or something like that, those things are understood. But at its design and at its core, that's not the layout. It's not the way it's supposed to be. So if you're wondering why you can't get a strong man, you need to stop being a strong woman. The solution is to stop trying to be a strong woman and just be a girl. Be a girl. It's a very specific reason that you see guys, and it always seems like the quote-unquote plain Jane girls or the regular soft-spoken, docile girls, they always be the ones that get ringed up. The reason for that is because strong men want soft women. Strong men don't want strong women. I trust that this helps somebody. I hope it's helping somebody. There's no respect. The respect is constantly being stripped from the man. It's constantly being torn from our houses. And so as a result, our culture, our community has just completely demoralized the man. Make the man, it's like, it's irrelevant. Well, I don't need no man. I got my own. No, that's a mistake. That's a terrible mistake. And then these folks, the same people saying all that stuff, sitting up in their beds, holding a blanket up under their chin with a teddy bear, crying, talking to their girlfriend, eating some ice cream because they ain't got no man in the house. Stop being a strong girl. Be a soft girl. A soft girl can grab a strong dude. It's what we're designed to be attracted to. It's just the way it goes. All right, that's it. That's my time. This is your friend and brother, Robert W. JoJo Hill. Please, if you have any comments, please go ahead and make them. You can get me at jofullamusic@gmail. That's JoFullaMusic@gmail. Pop me a message or something, inbox me. You guys have been really, really good about that. And with the incredible news and stuff that we got coming down the pike, I can't wait to share some of these things with you. But this is your friend and brother, Robert W. JoJo Hill, the servant, the artist, and the author. I want you guys to be empowered, be encouraged, and be enlightened. The servant has spoken. God bless.